Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I bring you a makeup tutorial on this look right here. Very springy, very dewy, very hydrated look. That's exactly what I was going for. I'm so excited for the spring. So excited. I cannot wait until warmer temperatures arrive. And so I decided, you know what? Spring's around the corner. Why not create a springtime look? And this is what I came up with. I truly hope that you guys like what you see. Now let's get right into the tutorial. All right, so let's start off with the brows, shall we? I usually take care of those off camera, but I wanted to incorporate them in today's video because I have been doing things a little bit differently. I start off with my brow pencil. This one is the one that I've been using a lot lately. It's in the shade 5. I like it because it's very fine and you just, very precise application throughout the brow. So usually it takes me a long time to get the brows right because I spend a lot of time here along the front. That I have a hard time with, but the way that I've been doing it has been making it easier for me and I don't know why. But anyway, okay. So I start off here and I start off with the brow pencil, just flicking it toward where my arch is gonna be. Just straight. And then I fill it in going up as high as I want it to go. Fill it in straight. Once I get to where the arch is gonna go, then of course you just round that down. And then connect it along the bottom. All right, so now that this is all done, now I go back to the front of the brow. And then this is where I just start flicking upward and connecting the bottom to where I started the brow initially, right here, All right, and you see how I don't know, for whatever reason, I just feel like this works better for me. All right, and then I just run the spoolie through it, just soften it up a little bit, and to blend everything together. All right, and once I'm done with the pencil, I take my Gimme Brow tinted gel from Benefit in the shade 5, and I just kind of run this through to deepen the brow a little bit more and just to add some more definition. And that is it. That is it. So that, I don't know why, but it's really been helping me. Doing it this way, it cuts the time in half for me. All right, now that I'm done with the brows, I'm gonna go back and just kind of clean up the bottom right here and right here. And I'm gonna do that with a little bit of concealer. This one is my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium Honey. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of that with my flat definer brush from Sigma. It looks like this, completely flat, pretty wide. It is the E15. So I'm taking some of that concealer and I'm just gonna be cleaning up underneath. I don't always clean up underneath my brows, but sometimes if I have a little extra time, why not? I do. And then I take whatever's left over on the brush and I just drag it down. All right, next, I'm gonna take whatever's left over from the concealer that I placed on the back of my hand. I'm gonna grab that with my finger and I'm gonna apply some of this concealer onto the lid. This is gonna serve as like my primer, although it's not an eyeshadow primer. I really like using the Tarte Shape Tape as a primer because it just evens everything out to a color that I want. And since it's a matte concealer, for me, it acts like a really good base to my eyeshadows. And I'm just going in with a really nice thin layer of this concealer. I don't wanna add too much and have product collecting like right here along the natural creasing. All right, now for this look, for this springtime look, I decided to go with the Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Every time I open it, it just screams. It screams springtime to me, with the purples and the pastels and just like very soft tones in here. You also have a few deeper ones, but I'm gonna stick with the softer tones from this particular palette. I'm gonna start off with base. Just this really nice light cream color. And using my tapered blending brush, this one is the E40 from Sigma. I'm gonna place it here along the crease. I'm just gonna blend this out using circular windshield wiping motions all throughout the crease. All right, next I'm gonna grab Love from the palette, which is this beautiful, nice, like soft pink shade. And I'm gonna place that along the crease as well. Just running it back and forth, windshield wiping motions. I'm gonna get my blending brush. This one is the E25 from Sigma. And I'm gonna pick up the shade Soul here. And I'm gonna pack that on to the crease. Just starting off by patting it onto the eye first and then blending it in. And mix together with the pink, it's gonna make a really beautiful like lilac color. So I'm mainly concentrating this eyeshadow shade right here along the outer V, like that, just to deepen it there. But then I drag the rest kind of back and forth along the crease and blend it into the pink. All right, now since I want to keep this really nice and soft, I'm gonna grab Dreamer, this shimmery shade right here with my finger. And I'm just gonna pop it here along the inner half of my mobile lid area. Just patting it on. Then I'm just gonna pat right here in between the outer V and the inner, like the mobile lid area with the shimmer, just to blend it out so that I'm not left with like a really harsh line where one eyeshadow ends and the other one begins. Just like that. All right, now in order to make my lash line appear thicker, I am going to tight line underneath using a gel liner. This is the Ink Gel Liner in Blacklist. That's the shade. This is from Pretty Vulgar. I'm gonna take some of this with my winged liner brush, the E06 from Sigma. Just gonna grab a little bit of this, and I'm gonna pop this right underneath my lashes. All right, so can you see the difference? This eyelash along the bottom, along the base, looks a lot thicker than this one over here. And all it takes is just a little bit of gel liner underneath. All right, now that we're done with that, it is time for lashes. I have been loving this Bad Gal Bang mascara from Benefit. Although I must say I don't like it by itself because it does add such length to your lashes. Like, oh my gosh, it adds a lot of length, and you'll see here in a second. But I feel like I need another mascara to go along with it so that I'm able to separate it and add a little bit more volume so that they don't look too like spidery, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna take some of this, like I said, Bad Gal mascara, and I'm also gonna be using my Man-Eater mascara. So I'm gonna go in with this first, and then I'm gonna apply a little bit of this just to help add a little bit of volume, separate the lashes, you know? Oh no, I got it on the lid. ¿Por qué? I'll just have to let it dry. Let's just let it dry. Just let it dry. It's okay. All right, so you see it adds length, but I don't like how they look too clumped up together. So that's why I go in with Man-Eater. The bristles on this are super, super stiff. And if I just, you know, wiggle it along the base, it really helps fan the lashes out. All right, so before we finish the eyes completely, I have to take care of the face, right? The under eye area especially. I'm gonna start off with a primer. I don't usually wear primers, but I just purchased this one from Laura Mercier. It is the Pure Canvas Primer, which is meant to blur. So I'm gonna be applying a little bit of that here along my nose, sides of my nose, right here where I would like to blur. Just taking some of that. All right, so now that we're done with that, color corrector, of course, for me, definitely. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in the shade Medium to Deep. Still one of my go-to correctors. I love this so much. I don't think I'll ever really stop using it or switch over to something different like completely. I always come back to this corrector. I really like it. So just applying some of that using my ring finger. All right, next let's work on the face. I want this to be a really nice, dewy, luminous look. This is a product that I have been loving. I'm truly obsessed with this product. I use it pretty much every time that I wear makeup. The Shape Tape Glow Wand. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love this. I don't necessarily love this for under the eyes. I tested it in all sorts of different ways underneath the eyes with the Shape Tape Concealer, and I just don't like it. I don't like it with the concealer, but with foundations on the face, so good, so good. It makes your skin look so radiant and just so hydrated, but without making it appear oily or overly slick. It just looks so beautiful. So what I do is, this one is in the shade Dreamer, or Dream. I always call it Dreamer, it's Dream. So I just apply a couple of lines to the cheeks, one to the chin, the nose, and a little bit to the forehead. Then I go in with my foundation. For today, I'm gonna be using my Power Play foundation from Cover FX. This one is in the shade G plus 50. So I'm gonna take my Luxie Airbrush foundation brush. This one is the 732. Grabbing a little bit of foundation. Now this may not be an exact match for me because I feel like this is more my summer shade, but still we're gonna make it work for today. I really like this foundation, so I should probably buy my winter shade along with it. And you see that? It just gives you, like, it turns the foundation into a nice, luminous, just beautiful foundation. Look at that. I love what it does to foundations. It transforms them, it really does. All right, next, my favorite part, the concealer. I have been using this nonstop along with the Glow Wand. I've been using my Pat McGrath concealer. This one is in the shade LM11. Ever since I reviewed this, I'm just in love. I'm in love with this concealer. This one and the Hourglass concealer, like, I go back and forth on because I really, really like those. So now I have like a different set of top 5. I should do like a quarterly top 5 since they're constantly changing, but I usually don't find new concealers that I love so frequently. And so that's why I typically don't do like any quarterly like favorite concealers, stuff like that, but maybe I should, because this year I've already discovered 2 and we're only in March, so pretty good. So I only need 4 dots of this concealer in order to get really nice full coverage all along the under eye area. I start off here along the inner corner. I just apply a little one there, and then 2, 3, and 4. All right, and I'm gonna blend it out using my Deluxe Crease Brush. I get asked about this brush a lot since I started incorporating it into my videos, blending out my concealers. I really like it. It comes in a set of 2. And you can find it at Ulta. It's usually like, it's an eye set, of course, like eye brush set, but I use this underneath the eyes and I just love it. I love it to blend out concealers. This is just like the best concealer brush ever. All right, now it is time to set the under eyes, and I'm gonna do that with my Blurring Under Eye Powder from Pat McGrath. This one is in the shade Medium. I'm gonna grab that with my tapered highlighter brush. This one is the F35 from Sigma. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and press it underneath the eye. You wanna press, not sweep, because you don't wanna move the product around, you know? You wanna set it in place. So just pressing it under the eye. All right, so now that we're done with the under eye area, we can go back to the eyes in order to take care of the lower lash line. I'm gonna run this jumbo eye pencil from NYX. This one is in the shade Oyster. I'm gonna run this along my waterline here. Just taking this pencil and running it back and forth along the waterline. All right, then I'm gonna go back into the palette. I'm gonna grab Soul one more time using my pencil brush. This one is the E30 from Sigma. Just taking some of that and patting it along the lower lash line. About 3/4 of the way in. Next, I'm gonna take Love with the same pencil brush, and I'm gonna use that to blend it out and diffuse the bottom lash line. And if for whatever reason you feel like you went too far down, all you have to do is go in with a lighter shade, and that usually corrects it somewhat. So if I would have taken, like over here, I thought I went maybe a little bit too far down here. Well, all I have to do was go in with Base, which is this really light, creamy shade, and just take that and run it along top. And you see how it almost acts as an eraser? Just kind of takes care of that. In case you go overboard, that's a way to fix it sometimes. All right, and then we just finished the lower lash line with a little bit of mascara. Next, I'm gonna take Dreamer once again with the pencil brush. I'm just gonna pop a little bit of that here along the inner corner. All right, now going back to the face, I'm gonna bronze up and contour a little bit using my Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I'm gonna grab that with my Hoola bronzing and contouring brush. I love the shape of this because it goes in to your cheek the way that it's supposed to, and it's really easy to go up the temple and then down the jawline, and it just blends it out really nicely. You'll see. So grabbed a little bit of the Hoola bronzer, and I'm just gonna run it here. You see that? There's like very little, if any, effort on my part. Take it up to the temple and then down the jawline. Done. All right, next, blush. I'm going to be taking my Rockateur blush from Benefit. It looks like this. It's like a baked blush. It's a really nice, soft pink blush. I'm grabbing it with my Duo Fiber brush from Sigma. This is the F15. I like it because you grab some of the blush, but it doesn't deposit a ton of it onto the cheeks right away. So you are able to kind of build up without going too heavy, too fast, like, you know, on the first swipe. See that? All right, for highlighter, I'm taking my Dandelion Twinkle highlighter from Benefit. I really like this. It reminds me a lot of my Hourglass Ambient Lighting. The one that I have is in Luminous Light. That's the one that I use pretty much all the time. That one gives you such a nice dewy glow without looking glittery or like too chunky or too much. It's really subtle, but it's subtle in the best way. This one reminds me a lot of that. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that using my tapered highlighter brush. Once again, this one's the F35. So just grabbing a little bit of this and applying it here along the high points of my cheek. You see that? It's super soft, subtle, not overly done, and it looks so pretty in sunlight. All right, now for lips, I'm not really sure which color I want to go with. I know I want a pink, but I don't know what shade of pink. So I have two different ones, and here's how I always decide. I have this Becca one in the shade Sorbet, and I have this Physicians Formula one in the shade All Natural Nude. So I'm debating between these two. This one is this one here. This one, for sure. Yeah. This one, if I'm feeling a little sassy, I probably would wear this one. But I'm feeling, you know, pretty toned down natural. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. And that's how I decide. I usually place them on my fingers and then like go back and forth, see what they look like, see which one I like, see which one I don't like, you know, because once you apply it, it's like such a pain to wipe it off, do another one. All right, last but not least, we're gonna set everything in place using my Tarte Stay Spray. All right, so this is the final look. What do you guys think? I really like the way that this turned out. I actually filmed a different springtime look yesterday that I'm not gonna be able to upload because I had my mic off the entire time. cannot even begin to tell you how many videos I've had to trash for one thing or another, whether it be lighting or sound or lack of sound. Like, it's never ending. But anyway, I'm glad that I refilmed it, and I actually refilmed it using a different palette, a different color scheme. I was not going for this yesterday. Yesterday was more like a peachy tone one, which turned out to look pretty orange. So I'm glad that that one didn't work out, because I actually like this look a lot better than the one that I did yesterday. So if you follow me on Instagram stories, then you already know what that one looked like, and I forgot to take pictures. So it was just lovely. I did it all for nothing. But it's okay. I like this one a lot better, and I hope you all do as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos, and also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you all. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.